Greetings, fellow wargamers. This is Johannes from Dust War Journals, bringing you another Dust 1947 unboxing. This time, it's the starter set for the IJN, or Imperial Japanese Navy, the Shadow of Death. So, let's get started by opening this up and see what we get inside. Well, first off, we can start with these. We got the Dust 1947 starter rules. This is really good if you're completely new to the game, because it's a short learn how to play rule set. It's not the complete rule set, but you have everything you need to start with this army in here. And if you want the complete rule set, it's available as a free downloadable PDF. But this is a really great way to get started with the game. You also get a little tile here, which represents a building, which is good to get going, have some kind of easy terrain going. And you also get this little pamphlet, The Shadow of Death. This little booklet here kind of explains a bit more about the specifics of the figures in this box, and also a little bit about the world of Dust itself. And you can see here a short history of the Imperial Japanese Navy, the block which these units belong to. Really, really cool. There's also the map of the world as it stands September 1st, 1947. There's also in-depth presentation of the different characters and the units inside this box. Nice little piece of artwork there of the hero or heroine. And you also get a Shadow of Death Ninja Platoon. So this is the platoon that you can field if you use these units together in an army, and we're going to take a closer look at that in just a moment. And you also get the specific rules that these units use that are not in the starter rules. So like I said, this box really contains everything you need in order to get started with the game with these specific models. Let's go deeper into the box here, see what we can find. We got a walker safely padded up in there, and some weaponry, it looks like. We're going to take a closer look at that in a second. Nothing else in that box. Let's see what we got here. We've got the unit cards, and right there, and also a little stack of tiles, which are also very useful if you're completely new to the game. So you get the objective tile, you got a impossible terrain tile, you've got trees on the opposite sides, so quite useful. You also get in this little box, or this little bag, you get the Japanese dice. Dust 1947 uses its own dice system, where it's very simple. It's just 3 different symbols, and all the different blocks have their own specific block symbol. And the others are the shield and the crosshair. Those are common for all of the dice. So that's how the Japanese dice look. And you also get this, a little nice terrain piece in order to use for basically giving cover to your infantry, a little ammo crate there. Next up, some more terrain. We've got a piece of blocking terrain, a tank trap. So this is for limiting the kind of maneuverability of walkers and other vehicles. Let's see, we got this bag. This looks like it's going to have the infantry models in it. Take a closer look at that in a second. Finally, in this big box, we've got the big Dust 1947 game mat. So all of the starter sets come with this, and it's great if you're completely new to the game. Then all you need to do is get one of these boxes, get a friend who gets one of their boxes, put these mats together, put on your little blocking terrains, your tiles, your building tiles, and you are ready to play. Let's start looking at the models. And we start with the big one, the Walker. There we go. And you can definitely see that this is navally inspired. It definitely has a bit of a submarine-like feel to it, I would say. And some earlier concept art we saw from these had a big detachable boat hull that clamps onto this, and we'll see if that's going to come back at some point. You get the railing, you get the handle there for a machine gun. Yeah, really cool looking Walker. And of course it wouldn't be complete without its armaments. So let's take a look at those. First off, we got this, like I said, this little machine gun that goes in that little hole there. We have over here is basically the power pack for the main gun. You see here the different power generators which generate power to the gun, and goes on the side of the Walker like so. And the big gun itself, the rail gun, with even more power generators. So this takes a lot of power to fire, but it also does a ton of damage. Let's take a look at the infantry. First off, we got the heroine herself, Wangzi Wong, the Ninja Master. Very nice sculpt there. And her cadre of ninjas. So these are basically all similarly armed with katanas and submachine guns. Again, amazing sculpts, and something that's relatively new for the Dust 1947 line. These weapons are stiff. They are not the old bendy plastic. There's slight give to it, but it's not like the old ones, which usually always was bent and you had to fix that before you played with them. So as you can see, really detailed and awesome looking sculpts. So let's take a closer look at the actual unit cards themselves. We got first off the Shadow of Death, Wangzi Wong, the Ninja Master. 4 points for this hero. Quite a cheap hero, but she really does a lot for those points. She got the Berserk and Expert rule, as well as improved camouflage and stealth. Improved camouflage is something that's new for the Japanese and might take some getting used to for older players. And if we look closer at the other side here, we can see that she is expert with both her katana and her light submachine guns, so all the weapons she has. And she has the Berserk skill, which means that when she hits with her katanas, she just keeps going. She keeps rolling until she misses. And she has a move value of 2, a march move value of 5, so she can really get in there quickly. Armor class of Soldier 1 and 4 hit points. You also see here that her light submachine gun has the stealth rule. That means that she can use that weapon in camouflage without losing camouflage. That's a neat little trick that you can use if the enemy comes too close to her. And let's see her companions, the Ninja Infiltration Squad. 5 points for these. Also improved camouflage. They also have the Scout rule, which is really useful for taking ground early in the game. They have smoke grenades, which is also technically a new term, but it's very similar to smoke launchers, which has been in the game for a long time. They also have stealth on their weapons, some of them at least. Let's take a look at the other side here. The same March Move 2, Move 2 and March Move 5, and Armor Class Soldier 1. And as we can see there, stealth with a light submachine gun, so they can use that improved camouflage and still not be spotted by the enemy. So a very close combat of oriented troop here. And finally, let's look at the big walker here. The Tengu, 20 points for this. This is a really big and nasty walker. It also only has one special rule, the rail weapon, but it's a really interesting rule because all weapons that has this rule ignore all infantry and cover saves, and it rolls 3 dice instead of the normal 2 for checking if you inflict any critical hits when damaging with this weapon. And if we look at the other side here, we can see a move value of 2, a march move of 4, and a vehicle 4 armor class. The railgun is also something new here. You see a range U, that means unlimited. That means that this, you don't really have to, you don't have to take range into account at all. If you can see it, you can shoot it with the railgun. And this gun also does a ton of damage to everything it hits. And it also has some machine guns, so if there's any infantry close by or light vehicles, then it can do quite a lot of damage to those as well. And finally, it has 8 hit points, which is quite a lot for a vehicle class 4. Finally, let's look at the platoon rule. The platoon is made up of the command unit, which is the Shadow of Death, Wang Ziwang, the Ninja Master herself. 2 required combat units, the Ninja Infiltration Squad and the Tengu. So exactly the stuff you get in this box. And what does this platoon give you? Well, the platoon advantage says if a friendly ninja infantry unit, squad or hero as long as it has the word ninja in its name, in or supporting this platoon controls an objective, it can never be contested by an enemy unit. So this is very, very annoying for the opponent, because that means that these ninjas can go in, they can go into improved camouflage so people can't see them, and they can camp an objective and make sure the enemy can't take it from them unless they go in to close range and try to shoot them out. And at close range is where the ninjas do their worst. So I have a feeling that we're going to see a lot of this platoon with the Japanese, because it's really, really cool and really good. And there you have it, the Imperial Japanese Navy starter box and everything that comes in it. As I said before, this is a fantastic way to get into the Japanese Navy, or to just get into Dust 1947 in general. If you like this video, then please leave a comment, a thumbs up, and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content like this. And there's also a lot more to find on our website, dustwarjournals.com, where we have news updates and a monthly podcast all about Dust 1947. So until we hear from each other next time, Johannes out.